You finally did everything right. You showed up. You stayed calm. You didn't blow up her phone, didn't chase, didn't make a scene. You gave her the kind of love most women say they want. Steady, patient, present, no games, no pressure, just real. And then she pulled away, out of nowhere. You're sitting there staring at your phone. The last message you sent is still on delivered. Or maybe she read it 6 hours ago and just didn't respond. And your brain starts running. What did I do? Was I too much? Was I not enough? I literally did everything she said she wanted. So why is she acting like I did something wrong? You replay every text, every conversation, every moment from the last week trying to find the crack, the mistake, the thing you missed. And here's the part that messes with your head the most. The better you treated her, the more distant she got. You're not crazy, bro. You're not imagining it. You're not being dramatic. And you're definitely not the problem, because what you ran into wasn't rejection. It wasn't a lack of interest. It wasn't even about you. You ran into an avoidant attachment pattern. And here's the truth nobody is telling you. She didn't pull away because you loved her wrong. She pulled away because you loved her right. That hit different, didn't it? By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why avoidants punish the men who treat them best, what's actually happening in her nervous system when she pulls away, and the one shift that turns you from the guy she runs from into the guy she can't stop thinking about. Let's get into it. Most guys believe that if a woman pulls away after you've been good to her, it means she didn't actually want a good man, that she's broken, that she only wants toxic guys, that love itself is the problem. But the real truth is deeper than that. An avoidant woman doesn't pull away because your love is bad. She pulls away because your love is unfamiliar. And in her nervous system, unfamiliar feels unsafe, even when it's exactly what she needs. Think about that for a second. Her body has been trained by childhood, by past relationships, by every man who came before you, to associate love with chaos, with abandonment, with having to perform to earn affection. So when you show up calm, consistent, emotionally available, her conscious mind says, this is what I want. But her nervous system screams, this is dangerous. That's when the wall goes up. That's when she gets distant, cold, sharp, picks fights over nothing, disappears for a day, suddenly needs space. She's not punishing you for who you are. She's testing whether you'll stay the same man when she's at her worst. Because every avoidant has the same buried question running underneath every interaction. If I push him, will he break? If I'm difficult, will he leave? If I show him the messy parts of me, will he still be standing there? And here's what changes everything. Most guys fail this test not because they're weak, but because they take her distance personally. They chase, they explain, they shrink, they start performing harder. And the moment you do that, you've already lost her, because you just proved that your calm presence was conditional, that it depended on her giving it back. A grounded man doesn't lose his center when she pulls away. He becomes the center. And that's the energy she's actually testing for. 1. She tests you right after you get close. Most guys think the relationship is going great when they finally have a deep conversation, a real moment, a night where she opens up. So when she goes cold the next day, they panic. Here's the part nobody talks about. For an avoidant, closeness triggers a delayed alarm. The connection feels good in the moment, but the second she's alone, her brain starts whispering, that was too much. He saw too much. I gave away too much. And to regulate that anxiety, she creates distance. It's not rejection, it's nervous system defense. Most guys respond by texting more, asking what's wrong, trying to recreate the closeness from yesterday. That's the trap. Wrong move. Hey, you've been quiet today. Is everything okay? Did I do something? Right move. You go about your day. You stay warm but unbothered. When she does reach out, you respond normally, like nothing happened, because to you, nothing did. Her gut is saying, he didn't flinch, he didn't chase, he's still right there. And that's the moment her wall starts cracking. 2. She punishes consistency to see if it's real. Most guys think consistency means texting every day, calling every night, never missing a beat, and then they wonder why she starts feeling smothered. Here's where it gets interesting. Real consistency isn't frequency. It's frequency of self. It's you being the same grounded man on day 30 that you were on day 1. Not more available, not less, just steady. And to an avoidant, that kind of consistency is the most foreign thing on earth, because every man before you got needier, the closer he got. So she's going to poke, she's going to test, she's going to go quiet for a day just to see if you crack. Not loud confidence, not performative consistency, not look how patient I am energy, but quiet, grounded, I'm not going anywhere, but I'm also not waiting on you presence. Wrong move. I noticed you've been distant. Are we okay? Right move. You keep living your life. Gym, work, friends, your goals. When she comes back around, you're warm, not cold, not punishing, just exactly who you were before she pulled away. That's emotional caffeine for her brain, because for the first time in her life, a man's energy isn't moving based on hers. 3. She pushes you away to confirm what she already believes. Most guys take her pushback at face value. She says, I need space. They give her space forever. She says, maybe we should slow down. They emotionally retreat. They think they're respecting her. They're actually confirming her worst fear. Here's the thing. An avoidant woman has a story playing in her head on loop. Everyone leaves. Everyone gives up. Nobody stays when it gets hard. When she pushes you, she's not trying to get rid of you. She's trying to find out if you'll prove her story right. And the man who walks away the second she gets prickly, he just gave her another data point. This isn't about chasing her or ignoring her boundary. It's about holding your ground without abandoning your warmth. Wrong move. Okay, I'll leave you alone then, followed by total silence for a week. Right move. Take the space you need. I'm not going anywhere. Then you actually don't go anywhere, but you also don't hover. You give her room without giving her your absence. Her brain says, this guy doesn't need me to be perfect for him to stay. That's the shift that turns interest into obsession. 4. She withdraws when you stop performing. Most guys think attraction is built through effort, grand gestures, constant compliments, planning every date down to the minute. So when she goes cold, they double the effort. More flowers, more texts, more trying. This is the one most guys completely miss. The second you start performing for an avoidant, you've activated her exit reflex, because performance signals neediness, and neediness signals that your peace depends on her response. And the moment your peace depends on her, she feels responsible for your emotions. And that responsibility feels like a cage. Not lazy energy, not cold energy, not playing it cool energy, but genuine, settled, I enjoy you, but I don't need you energy. Wrong move. I planned this whole weekend for us, I hope you love it, said with that anxious, please be happy undertone. Right move. I'm doing X this weekend, come if you want, said with zero attachment to the outcome. Because you actually mean it. She feels the shift instantly. Her body relaxes, because for the first time, being around you doesn't feel like a job. 5. She tests you hardest right before she lets you. And most guys give up right at the finish line. They've held the frame for weeks. They've stayed grounded through her cold streaks. And then she throws one more test, a bigger one, a sharper one, and they finally crack. They get frustrated. They send the paragraph. They blow it. Here's what changes everything. The final test before an avoidant lets you in is almost always the worst one. It's the one that feels personal. It's the one designed to make you snap. Because her nervous system needs to know, not 70%, not 90%, but 100%, that you're not going to weaponize her vulnerability against her. That when she finally drops the wall, you're not going to use it to hurt her. This isn't a trick. This isn't a tactic. This is just what a grounded man naturally does. He doesn't match her chaos. He absorbs it and stays himself. Wrong move. Matching her energy. Going cold because she went cold. Punishing her for testing you. Right move, calm, steady, warm, but not weak. I hear you. I'm still here. I'm not going to argue with you while you're like this, but I'm not leaving either. Conversation isn't a performance, it's a dance. And the man who can stay in rhythm when she's trying to break it is the man she finally exhales for. That's when she stops thinking about you and starts feeling you. That's when the wall doesn't just crack, it comes down. The close. Here's what I want you to really hear, man. This isn't about memorizing 5 tricks to handle an avoidant woman. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't get destabilized by anyone's energy. Hers, your ex's, the next girl's, anyone's. Because the truth is, the man who can stay grounded when she's testing him is the same man who's grounded when she's loving him. It's the same energy. It's the same presence. It's the same you. You stop performing. You start being. And that's when everything shifts. She didn't punish you for loving her right. She punished you to find out if your love would survive her worst day. And every time you stayed calm without chasing, stayed warm without shrinking, stayed present without performing, you weren't just passing her test. You were becoming the man who never had to take it again. So stop trying to win her back. Become the man she has to come back to. If this hits something in you, the next video you need to watch is the one on why avoidant women always come back and the exact moment it happens. Because once you understand the test, you need to understand the return. I'll see you in that one.